You that that is part of the ongoing investigation, and the details of that will be forthcoming. At this time, we aren't prepared to make a statement about those specifics.
Sure. The shooter was a student, that he was in the class at the time of that he was in class. There were media reports that the shooter was a student. Can you confirm that? Say what he was studying, and if he was in the class already when he started shooting. If he was
I'm having a difficult time understanding your...
Was he a UCC student, and was he enrolled in the writing class?
Okay. The shooter was a student, and that class was a class he was registered.
Did he hand over a box to one of the victims?
A box?
A box?
That I do not know at this point.
Did he hand something to one of the victims?
We aren't prepared to make a comment about anything he may have done in the classroom at this time.
Can you describe how those two police officers who were heroic brought him to a stop, how the shooter was stopped? I mean, he did commit suicide, but we understand he was shot first by these two officers and then ran. And can you expand on that?
That's part of the officer-involved shooting investigation, which is being handled independently of the overall incident. I can tell you that as those two officers arrived at the scene, there was an exchange of gunfire. The shooter was neutralized at that point in time, and as far as the very specific information regarding whether it was an officer's bullet or his own bullet, we aren't prepared at this time to... One more question, please.
How recently had the shooter passed a background check?
I'm sorry?
How recently had the shooter passed a background check?
I don't know the answer to that question.
Sure.
Thank you.
You were listening to Douglas County Sheriff John Hanlon there speaking in what he said will be the last press conference that we know of at this point following the tragic shooting this week at that community college in Oregon. I wanted to leave you with this before we get a quick break in. He said, "Our hearts will be with you forever," speaking to the victims' families. Your loved ones are our heroes. We'll be right back.
Oh, and that makes absolutely no sense. Thanks